of the NFL on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Burrow. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Sliding out of the pocket. Airing one out for Boyd. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie, Greg Newsome. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They go play action with Burrow. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to go up top again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Grant. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last
biggest mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? He said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Darius Williams in there to make the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. That's taken in by Duvernay. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
They go with Jacobs. Nifty move. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. A handoff. It's Eckler. And he's got some space here. And down to the 11. 53 yards rushing for him now, his first 2 carries of the ballgame. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Barnes. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 and a first down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up, and Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Benson Mayowa providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Grant on the return. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2.
I got my cover rolled out for you.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something which is wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On first down, it's Watson. Dancing to his left. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. Off of play action, it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gano the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 4 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd. Of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they... extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
From the 31, Watson escaping the pressure right. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And some space here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is Jakeem Grant. And he returns this to the 22. And now out comes Minnesota. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Watson on first down, eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Watson's throw taken in here by Fuller. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Here's Watson. He completes this one to Mack. Here's second and a yard. Quickly to Thielen here. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Chris Barnes. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. It turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves. Now
Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there, and right now probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
On first and 10, Watson. He'll get this to Eckler. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 35. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So, first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better, 2 weeks ago.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Burrows throws on target to Duvernay.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The corner blitz works to perfection for A.J. Boye. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, he finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That kick. By the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame. And he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Watson. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it's Watson. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. That catch good for only a couple.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Flush to his right. That is caught by Thielen. And now they're in the hurry-up. Watson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Watson now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
To the air yet again, Watson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Watson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end. But they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated really spectacular.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.